Hello, survivors! Sorry, I'm here. I'm here. I'm on the wrong screen as well. 1 second. You're going to see my screen just teleport a little bit. Watch. I'm alive. I had that moment where I clicked stream and I was like, oh, I gotta do stuff. Need to get drinks, go to the bathroom. But it's all good. All good. Today is the day, guys. I think I'm getting LB3 Raulito today. Thanks to my faction mates who had him at LB3, I've managed to progress through the roadmap. And I think I should be able to get him. If I can get him right now, let's have a look. I need to get a little bit more because I need to do that last stage on the roadmap, which we'll do in a bit. Who have we got in stream? We've got Valiant Basham 8 page. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. He must have been getting... No cider today. No cider today. I'm off the alcohol at the moment. As much as I don't really drink much, I don't want to drink any at the moment. What's up, Kathy, as well? Mr. Sinister, Carl, welcome to the stream. What's up, Cygnus? Grubby Chicken. It's all good, bro. It's all good. I know. It's all good. Happy days. Happy days. The Raulito event's been pretty good. I think I prefer it being a little bit more drawn out. It's very compact and it's just like vroom, vroom, vroom. You know? It can be nice as a change of pace, but I'm actually looking forward to this Andrea event because it's going to last a month. I know it takes a little bit longer to get the character, but there's a bit more anticipation. You know? LB3. There we go. And I think it was Mike and Easy Street who had the characters, basically. And that allowed me to get this done. So thank you very much to you two guys. Did it! So that should be enough with the sombreros to get my last claim. I believe there's another thing I can get. I'm going to claim this though. 500. Raulito! Raulito! That's a little bit of a tweak on someone else's stuff, but anyway, we have got the calendar here, and I can get a fair bit more, honestly. What's this? 100. This is like 200 and a bit more, 240. And what have I got? 60? Probably something like that. 50. Raul, right? Anyway, I can get. I think I can get just short of the Cinco de Mayo thing by like 50. I could be wrong. Where else are we meant to... Oh, we're going to get sombreros in Onslaught, aren't we? I remember Steve said the numbers were pretty bad in terms of like picking up the avatar. The avatar's not free to play if you pick up the character. I'm going to pick up a character over the avatar every time. It's a shame because the avatar looks nice. But I'm never going to really prioritize it over like actual proper rewards. So I'm going to get the attack set Paragon mod. It's just... What they should have done, this is my opinion. This is what they should have done. They should have put that avatar in these missions. Where are they? In these missions for the completion reward of the entire thing. If you did every single mission, you got the avatar. That would be legit. Because it's fluff, it's for people who grind. I would salute that. But spending currency. It ain't about that. It ain't about that. But I'm happy to get Raulito. Let's just send him to LB3. Oops. There he is. Roll. Okay. At least it's not the game, real life stuff. Well, real life stuff sucks too. It does. Probably more, honestly. I'm looking forward to Hordes and looking forward and looking. Oh, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, okay. 340, the last day is 100. Yep, 340. No, I was adding that 100 in there already, I think. I was adding that 100 in there already. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is... Oh, that's 200. Yeah, you're right. 340. But overall, I think the max we can get is 700 over Revolution Raulito. Because I remember the numbers was basically like you're going to be 50 short of this avatar. 3,200 being the max. So I'm going to pick up this mod. And... I mean... 10 silver gear medals even seems like a really low amount, but I'll pick up 10 silver gear medals, I guess. That's like 1/30th of what I require to level up someone, which is not great. Not great at all. Okay, what are your guys' thoughts on this this new Nightmare SR coming? I've got mixed feelings. I like the idea of having this every now and again with a nice boosted rewards. But the quality of life in SR is terrible. Come on. It's so bad. So bad. That autofill is just not it. I think if we got like... I can't remember what I worked out to be. 12 teams is the max we need. If we had 12 teams, we'd be able to have a default for every trait, a default for every combination trait, and then even a... Yeah, and then it would also include default for melee and range, because that's one of the combination traits. So I think it was 12 total. The difficulty is going to be interesting. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to using like Raven and stuff and seeing how much they can smash through on these. The issue is like every stage that I go on, the next stage it's going to be you can't use half the characters you just added. So I'm going to have to be like organizing my team every stage. And it might be that from early on. They might not even give up bronze, you know? You might not even be able to like tank through bronze. So, yeah. Maybe a mini CR. I mean, I like how you say mini CR, Basham. CR's 240 stages. This SR's 175. It's not like it's like too many. It's a lot of stages. It is a lot of stages. But I agree. I kind of wouldn't mind putting my roster to the test every now and again. My issue is purely on the quality of life side of things. Purely quality of life. And just the annoyance of having to build my team every time. And weapons. And to a certain extent mods. Most of my good characters are modded, but yeah, okay, half of this. Yeah, very much. It's alright about Carl's weapon. It'll be nice in Raven's hands. Like, you could say that about like 7 weapons in the game now. I was going to make a video on weapons that would be good for Raven. I've got another weapon that I potentially could use here. So I might have to wait to get this weapon before making that video. I was planning that video a while ago, but my PC had issues, so yeah. There's easily like a good 4 or 5 weapons that work in her hands. She's one of the most powerful hitting characters, and she's got one of the best weapon options ever. Do you think there are too many tough weapons like that, maybe? Like, would it have been too much to add a weapon that would have boosted Carl? You know? I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, yeah, like I said, I am to a certain extent, but... Get part of a spot. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I'll do that right now. My bad. The tune itself I found to be very... Sorry, one second. I'm blocking up my screen with my own microphone. Okay, there we go. The tune itself I found to be very free-to-play friendly. Came back to the game after a long break on a fresh account. Been playing for 11 days and already got Raul. And we went, yeah, the events for John and the events for Raulito were actually pretty decent. They were pretty decent. You know, especially, like, hopefully they don't remove this in the future, but being able to get 1 copy day 1 was really nice. It felt good. Early, like, that early copy for free felt good. Very happy with it even more because I'm very close to get my second Heng Yen from the market, and they go very well together. Yeah. I think there is, like, potential more to that team, but yeah, those two go well together. Even maybe, what's her name? Andrea on that team as well, because The damage stacks should work with her Confuse weapon with Heng Yan and the burn boost that he's going to get from the leader skill. Heng Yan is getting like buffed by these recent releases for sure. And he was already pretty good. The other two characters just need to be able to normalize, I guess. Like, he can take the first hit, so he can focus someone who can't be normalized very easily, and then he needs to have the other ones who are normalized. And it'll be good. He'll be good. I don't use a full team sprint at most in SR. Okay, I mean, good luck with that on Nightmare. I actually kind of worry about what Nightmare's going to be like. It's going to be crazy. Okay, I'm going to put up my LB3 Raulito. There's a good shout. Oh, he is up. He is up. He is up. Oh, no, wait. No, that's my avatar. My bad. Is that my avatar? Yeah, it's up. That's my avatar. Where is he? And I just saw the fast Raulito. I'm looking for sunglasses. This sometimes has backfired where I look for a particular piece of equipment on a player's face and like they don't actually wear a hat in their art, but they do on their character. For instance, who does that? I can't remember his name. Razzle. There he is. There he is. LB3 is up. More roadmap completion for people who don't have him. Just get him early. He'll be decent even for Onslaught, to be honest. I missed John and the other you mentioned because I came back 11 days ago and also only got one tune from the calendar, which is sitting still for now. But all in all, I'm happy. Came back in good time, I reckon. Yeah. I mean, there's this Andrea that's event starting tonight, and she looks pretty decent. Okay, we're gonna wait for a little bit of natural here. I'm gonna maybe need cans. If the event lasts the same amount of time, I didn't actually check that on the event info. If the Nightmare SR lasts the same amount of time, if it does, we're gonna need to do 50 more stages. So we get like minimum we need to use 5 to 7 cans extra. And then these stages could also be hard, so you might start failing stages and stuff. We'll see. I have to double check those dates, since I might stream some of it. We might just stream all of it, you know. I might do a special stream for the Nightmare SR. Although it starts at 1 AM, doesn't it? That's the only downside. 1 AM for me. Okay, we'll go for another 5% defense here. Come on, El. You can do it, El. What other weapon do I want to do? I want to reset this. Try and get some 5% attack on that 20% one. Still going for Carl's, man. I must have reset this because it didn't get perfect. Gotta get perfect, guys. Gotta get perfect. There we go. There we go. That's what happens here. I think I've done my level ups already. Yep. Yep. Let's do some of the dailies. I'm going for Andrea on this event for sure. I'm gonna, as much as it's easier to work it out now, I'm still gonna work on Steve. Let Steve do the working out for how many of the cherry pies we can get. It looks like Andrea is extremely accessible. It's whether we can get 6k more to get the weapon as well. They might do what they did with this avatar where you can get like 5k and they want you to spend to get 1k. I'm not that bothered by the weapon just because there are so many good tough weapons at the moment. If it was a different trait, I might have gone for it, like be more inclined. For instance, if it was fast, I could use it on Raulito, not Raulito, Agent 46 or Heng Yan. If it was alert, There isn't actually too many characters that are like recent that I could have used it on actually there. And if it was strong, maybe I could have used it on like Crag for that Sig move double attack. Would have been kind of interesting. I think Crag has a decent base weapon though. But if it was fast, it wouldn't even beat the faction assault weapon, in my opinion. I think people would bite the hands off of Scopely to get weapons that do something for these characters that can't crit. In any trait, honestly. Any trait. And it doesn't even have to be that amazing. Like 20% AP and 20% attack weapon to self on anything but tough. Like on a fast weapon. That means you would get a little bit of an attack boost off the beginning on what's her name? Sophia, if she didn't get an attack boost because of medics. What's up, Hando? Welcome to the stream. Hello there as well. Welcome in. Thanks for tuning in. I'm most likely going to be doing some pulls as well tomorrow for Carl. I do like Carl quite a bit. I do like Carl. I think he's going to hit like a truck. That guy's going to hit extremely hard. And I like using control characters in my team, so that it benefits me quite a lot in my kind of play style. What about you guys? What do you guys think about Carl? I just want to see what he looks like as well, holding a ridiculously large weapon. I'm pretty sure there's one in my thing that's just gonna be crazy. Let's have a little look. I'm pretty sure some of the sniper rifles are just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I don't actually have one on this region, I don't think. There's one of the sniper rifles that are just crazy massive. I think these are reasonably big, but there is one that's just hilarious. I can't remember whose it is though. I'm actually going to switch to my other region because I've definitely got out my other region. I haven't been there in a while. I only have 29 Paragon mods. I really need to try and get more. I mean, 29 is quite a lot. That means you can effectively mod 6 teams. You know, obviously you have to have them in the right places, but that's reasonable. Okay, let me just check the weapon on this region. No. Check the weapon. This one. Laura's robust sniper rifle. It just looks so good in his hands. It looks so good. Man, look at how far behind this account is now. I stopped playing this at the beginning of Mythic, and I've got 3 weapons. This used to have my better weapons on it, right? Because I had 3 fast healing weapons in this region compared to the other region I didn't. Like, I've got fast healing here, fast healing here. But I've only got 3 weapons with 650 or more rating. On my other region, I've got like 20 now. Now, a lot of them are attached weapons, to be fair, but man, the difference in weaponry that you have now in the Mythics is crazy. Crazy, crazy. It's not letting me swap back. Here forever. There we go. Yeah, that sniper rifle is hilarious. But yeah, with Paragon mods, it's just about gearing them. Sometimes it's worth sacrificing set bonus. So for instance, if you've got a attack versus or defense versus, these are actually better to just sacrifice the set bonus by 1 mod and use these, because 70% attack versus and 70% defense versus is really, really, really high, versus your mods, which are probably going to be about 55 to 60 max. You might have some 60 plus, like I've got a couple 60 plus, but yeah. I only have, sorry, do you think Carl is needed, or is it better to wait for another Ultra? He's up for 2 weeks. You get to decide. Now the needed part is hard. It's difficult. it really depends on how hard he's like really hits at the top end when he's like when he's fully kitted out. That's very hard to do on my test account. It sounds like it's easy, but it's not, because to catch up on my test account, I'd have to do 2 years of gameplay in just the Mythic era. That'll take forever. Like full-on mods, like I'll probably just shift my Sophia mods onto him just to test them out, just to see, because they both pretty much hit the same way. But I might not do attack versus alert. I might do like attack versus maybe strong. Maybe try and do I might do like fast strong for the newer teams. So like I could blitz. I might have to have exhaust resist if I want to use Laura. Depends if I want to use him against Denise defense teams. I think it gives you options, which is nice. The fact that he has decap as well is very nice, and that he does damage versus these alert characters. But I might shift these on. Again, he's going to have the same issues that Sophia has, where this bottom left-hand corner doesn't really do much, but he will get a bonus from attack versus impaired, whereas Thanksgiving Sophia doesn't. I only go... I mean, I guess I should put something like Graze on her instead, to be honest, but I just can't be bothered to try and figure it out. How hard do you think Mother's Day roadmap will be? I think it'll be hard. I think it'll be hard. The last time we got the option where we could only use 3... and it had boss stages at 6 was the hardest version. So I'm guessing it's the hard version, which I think is fine personally. I think there should be a degree of difficulty, especially makes someone like Andrea a bit like harder to come by, and generally will make the character better when that occurs. And Andrea is pretty good for us for a control character. We kind of do need a new damage dealer in free-to-play, though. I don't think it has to be too crazy. I think it could be like, maybe like Gentleman 2.0, an alert damage roll character that is single target, isn't fast but can hit hard. So maybe like an alert version of Titan, but without the normalize, you know. What else they'd have, maybe not decap, but like, just, you know what I'm saying, like single target, hits quite hard, solid. That's kind of what we need, I think, for free to play. This is I just got Sophia, big boost for me. Yeah, Sophia is good, but she's not as good against the newer team. She still does okay, because there is bonus HP there, but she doesn't stop Halo. So like what you can do is combo her and the new Carl together. She brings the camo for any possibility of paybacks. Carl brings decap and Halo removal, and between the two of them you might be able to win in like the first turn if you're extremely like set up. But at least you'll be able to get some decaps in and stuff like that. I might even try and do Raven and Carl together, just because they both do a line, whereas the line damage from Raven's Sig, right? So I don't have to command her, whereas the line damage from Carl is command, but I can just command him. He could like attack the central character and then do a line attack against another, like one top or bottom line, and I could decide based on the characters or based on which ones have got crosshairs resist. Like I should target the ones that do have crosshairs resist in that team, and then Raven will just destroy the other line. And then I have 2 more characters to figure something out. Maybe Sophia, maybe Shane. That might be one of the few times I'd actually go very all-out attack and just try and win extremely quickly. The only downside is I'm not going to have as much benefit from having control from on Carl's like signature move and stuff. Is Nor still good? Sure, she still does a pretty good job. She like what she does is kind of been countered, like the bonus HP kind of boosts Sophia, but these teams have started to get a little bit tankier because of other support characters that came out that boost defense and HP and stuff. And Sophia can't crit, so her damage is is kind of capped, right? There is actually a known max damage that she can do. The max percentage you can do is 55% on the weapon. You know? There is a max attacks that you can get effectively with Sophia, whereas with these other characters, like Raven's been boosted like 3 times in the last 2 months, just because of new weapons that came out. So her cap is much higher than Sophia's. Do you need Andrea with Carl to make them work? Nah. Carl, you need Carl less, I think. Carl gets a 15% attack boost if Andrea's in the team. And he also just does 20% of his attack stat in main damage on his Adrenaline Rush. That's all he does. It is nice, don't get me wrong. To combo them is a reasonable idea. But it isn't, like, required. And then I think for Andrea, her Sig move stuns the target that she uses it against if Carl's in the team. But if he's not, it doesn't. But she will still control them because she's got loads of control in her kit. When will I make another tier list? Yeah, I kind of need to get around to it eventually. Tier lists are just a lot of work, honestly. They're a lot of work. In the way I do them anyway. I can't do anything half-assed, honestly. That's like one of the biggest issues I have as a content creator. And I watch other content creators in other games, and I see, like, honestly, I'm going to be straight up savage, and honestly, the terrible quality of video they do. But they get a lot of views, and I just can't release terrible quality videos. It's just not how I can do it. I kind of have like a I don't know. A lot of the time I don't like the stuff I release anyway, but I still try to make it reasonably decent quality, you know? There are some content creators which are terrible. Not any RTS ones, but in some other games, or like just like in general, I've seen content creators that are just like they have a notepad file up, like what I've done on my stream sometimes, where I've just noted stuff down and I show you on the stream, but they'll do that as their video. Like really bad production quality. I have standard. Well, I kind of like. I think it's like it can be a negative, like being too much of a perfectionist in certain things, or like my standards are too high for my own thing, you know? Whereas some other people just, it isn't high, they don't care, they just want to get a video out, which I respect to a certain extent. Like there are some people's videos that I've watched where they've literally been playing like Call of Duty Black Ops, and they're just talking about like a completely different topic. But the visuals are just Call of Duty Black Ops. And their videos got like 1.2 million views, and I'm just like, I mean, if it works, like it works, but like it's content creations is, yeah, tier lists are poo. I don't think they are. They are really good. I kind of had an idea about doing a different way of doing a tier list though, and I was gonna try and do that. There were a couple of things I had ideas about, but like I say, when I have an idea, then I get like in my head, I have a representation of that idea, and then if I don't meet that representation, I generally don't get around to doing it. Like for instance, if you go back to some of my earliest videos where I did guides on characters, it took me so long to make those videos because I did it in Photoshop rather than doing it in-game. But eventually I changed to doing it in-game, and it still looks okay, the quality looks nice, but it doesn't look as well produced as the ones I did previously. Hey, what's up, Taco? Welcome to the stream. Tex does tier list, yeah, and if you go on his channel and check his like best viewed videos, there will be a lot of them will be his tier list, because tier lists generally people want to check out. It isn't necessarily just, you know, because they want to know what the best character in the game is. Some people just want to see what you think the best character in the game is, and some people just want to be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about, or like some people are like, oh yeah, you know, I'd agree with that sort of thing. It's one of them. They are one of the best viewed types of videos for any content creator in any like gacha game or anything that's power based. Like you'll see like that any content creator worth their salt would have a tier list on their channel in some form. If they don't have a tier list, I mean, can you call them a content creator at that point? Are they trying to milk the right thing here? But yeah, but they are very hard to make. I've only made a few. They are very difficult to make for the way I make them. Good night, Hando. Thanks for dropping in. I know what you mean. I was using Eris on attack and people thought I was crazy for doing that. Yeah, I mean, that's styles though, right? That's styles. I mean, Eris on attack is the same as using Vance to a certain extent, right? Except she can actually nuke when she is on her way out, sort of thing. Maybe a little bit riskier than Vance, because Vance will always get Halo. She won't necessarily always get Halo. But, yeah. I can see it being a thing. Thanks for the early likes on the stream, guys. I do appreciate it. I was late for my stream today because we did have a PC meeting earlier, but also after I had to leave my PC meeting. I left about 10 minutes before the end because I needed to sort something out, and then I got talking to my brother and we randomly just started talking about numbers and maths and stuff, and then suddenly 35 minutes disappeared real quick. Real quick. The infection. Oh yeah, has she got infection on her sig? Does that actually work on attack? 150% infection for 2 turns. Yeah, it does actually work on attack. That's actually kind of nuts. But I haven't used it that much because I do try and use accessible characters a bit more on my attack stuff. But yeah, she's legit. I haven't even. I know a lot of people using Argus at the moment, but I'm not trying to utilize Argus again with Raulito or anything. That's one of the hazards of being a content creator a bit more. Like, try and use characters sometimes that are a bit more accessible, or at least like players can get at some point. Only defense the infection? Is it? Did I read that wrong? Oh, it is only defense the infection. I mean, it's still nice for defense teams, but still. But still. So I've got over 100 cans. Is that going to be enough for Nightmare, guys? How many SR cans have you guys got? Am I in a good place? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable right now. Is this 0.75% for 5 times car instead, or am I mistaken? I don't know. Is that what it says on the blog? I did see the other characters were a bit disappointed for me. Was it Alpha, Eugene, and Rosie? That's the same repeat they've done a few times now. I hope they would have put someone else in there. In my region, I have heard there are players going and messaging other players saying horrible stuff because they got defeated in raid. This, unfortunately, is not new. This has happened before. You know, this is not a new occurrence. If that happens, just report them. You know, the messages, they can get reported for it and serve a little short-term ban. I don't use revives on attack. Shane's back revives, but that's the only sort of... Yeah, I used to revive weapons. I did at one point use old school 6-star revive Lydia in a team where I had Michelle lead with the fast alert, and then I had Sandy with the blades, because that was a legit team. And then paybacks and stuff started coming out. Or like there was some sort of reflect meta. I can't remember exactly. I think it might have even been like reflect mods were just everywhere because of that. Sandy was a bit more accessible, and I kind of needed a revive on attack teams, and the bonus HP was decent as well. But yeah, who is your favorite phone character to use? I think it is probably Raven. I like Raven a lot. Just big numbers, wherever she is. Big numbers. Okay, I can't use tough characters here. But big numbers. And quite a nice kit. I like controlled damage, and she has very controlled damage on her Sig. So yeah. What's up, Vincent? Welcome to the stream. It's 0.75% for 5 times and 14.25% for 1. And that, I mean, it's a small boost. They did kind of mess up the times 5 recently, didn't they, on Cali? So maybe it's just kind of like to make up for that. I don't know, man. But yeah, take it. Take it. Nearly 1% for times 5 is pretty decent. You know? I've never got a times 5 on Ultra. I've never got a times 5 on Ultra. It's sad that people are doing this because it's just a game and they shouldn't get mad. And you know, I agree, obviously. Like, in any game when people start trying to insult other people. But, I mean, what I've kind of learned in life is most of the time what people are doing is they're trying to find what your insecurity is. So they might insult you based on just what I'm thinking. Like, something that I've had to deal with, probably the best to use myself as an example, is I used to play CSGO on Steam, and then on Steam it displays where you're from. You have it, I think you have the option to turn it off, but they could go on my Steam profile and see I was from England. And then I remember when Brexit was happening, I just was getting insulted by loads of Europeans over Brexit. I was just like, guys, I'm not insecure about Brexit. Like, find something else to talk about. Like, people try desperately to just figure out what your potential insecurity is based on nationality, race, gender, you know, all these things. And it's because they're upset at themselves. They're upset because they lost. They're just trying to hurt you like they feel hurt, sort of thing. It's just like, if you think about it that way, it's really hard to get insulted by people online. It's just like, I actually feel sorry for someone if they try and insult me. I'm like, damn, they must be in pain. That's how I feel every time. That guy must be in pain. That's my thoughts. Got my second million plus last war. Nice. I think I was at like 300k. Somewhere about that. You can also block them. Yeah, report them for sure and then block them. And then just leave them to the admins. I agree with that. Bullies in the world will always be there. Yeah. Indeed, you know. It's like this in celebrities who get insulted online on Twitter, where someone just ats them and just insults them about insert thing that they think they would be insecure about. Happens all the time, unfortunately, and this stuff's never going to go away. So like, whenever you see an article saying like, how can we cut down on insert like thing here on Twitter, never. The word is never, because it will just never not happen unless you like, I mean, even if you were to say people were to go to prison for like 100 years for doing it, some clown's gonna still do it, guys. At the end of the day, some clown's still doing it. But yeah. Teach me the way of attack, Taco Taco. Just hit the auto button, close your eyes. Can't fail if you can't see your team fail, right? Something like that. It's science. We are out of Guardian Shields. We have one more reflect. Well, I had ×5 on my mini and 100k pulls on the bags. Which what are we talking about here? Unless you actively play a mini, I would never do pulls on another account. I know, like, you can accumulate tokens there and stuff. It just makes you feel bad. I remember when I used to have like another account that I go to and do some like Survivor Club pulls back in the day, and I remember getting like Lee on a Survivor Club pool, and I just instantly felt bad. I decided, hey, I'm never doing this again because I just feel bad. Never. Yeah. It was still a blast. Amazing crew gang, exactly. Say Taco Taco and press auto and pray. I'm joking, I don't do that. I think it's hard to make auto teams in RTS versus other games. You know? It is much more difficult to make auto teams in this game. I think this is much more of a manual game. Like, you ever guys ever watched, like, if you ever want to watch how auto works in other games, like, watch someone play Raid Shadow Legends. They rarely ever play the game. They'll set up the team, you know, they'll set up how like fast the characters go and stuff, but they'll just hit the auto button when they go on the stage, and it's just based on like the settings. Now in Raid Shadow Legends, they seem to have a really kind of cool setup in managing when skills go off. Like, a lot of people have asked for this in RTS, like, can we make it so that we can hit the auto button? But people never use their rushes and signature moves. They just constantly do basic attacks. We've asked for that for like 5 years, longer probably. Just never got added. There's something in Raid Shadow Legends that is so much more in depth than that. I've got my fan on, by the way. Hopefully it's not distracting you. It is actually getting a bit warm in the UK. So I've just got my fan on in the background. What's up, Tyler? Welcome to the stream. I've stopped playing Raid Shadow Legends. One-time consuming game is more than enough for me. Yeah, I don't play it. Like, I watch a lot of other creators in like mobile phone games and non-mobile phone games. Because I mean, I'll tell you how I do things when it comes to content creation. I kind of see myself as a chef, right? And my product is a recipe, and I'm watching other people's recipes to pick up what they put in their recipe. And it could literally be like they add a little bit of you know, certain spice at this point in their video, let's say, and I'm like, yo, that would work well in how I do things, and I basically do the same, you know. I haven't changed the way of doing things for a while, but I like to learn. It's like I'm constantly learning about YouTube. I watch YouTube. There's a YouTube creator channel which updates how YouTube works, so I'm always like on the curve for how things work. My channel's quite small compared to some of the massive channels, but I think I have a pretty good understanding of how it all works. Just basic attack. You know, like this. Basic attack is where a character... Yeah, can you all stop? Like, imagine you press a button. Imagine it's above the ×1. I mean, it could be a slide bar or like on or off. And then if it's on, people will rush when you press auto and signature move. But if it's off, all that will happen is this. They'll just do their basic attacks. No rushes, no signature moves. Now, I know there's teams you can set up to do this, because I've got a tower team that does that. But it'd be nice to be able to do that as an option, like as a choice, you know? 15 degrees is warm in the UK. Our houses are built for winter. I have to explain this to people all the time. And our houses are built for winter. So we, like, any heat our houses produce doesn't really escape our houses very well. Our house is made of brick. So in my room, with my computer in it, and the fact that it's warm outside, my house is warm, right? Whereas in winter, it gets really cold, don't get me wrong, but if I heat up my room, I don't feel it as much, just because heat doesn't escape the house as much. Like, UK houses are built for warmth. Sorry, for cold. They're built for cold. Very few people have air conditioning in the UK. Very few people have air conditioning. Fans is a thing, but air conditioning is just not a thing, really. I think it is becoming more common, but yeah. I've watched Hell Hades, but also stopped doing that. I watch some of Hell Hades videos. I can't watch everything he does, but like, I watch some of his stuff. Just like I say, just to see how he does some stuff. I think he's got a massive benefit of being in a game that's huge. Like, Raid Shadow Legends is gigantic, so it's a massive benefit being part of that. But his success is crazy. Like, there was a point, I think, I don't know if it's the case now, but I think he had 3 years worth of month-on-month success, which means every month he got more views than the last month for 3 years in a row. That is crazy for a content creator. I don't even think I've managed to do 4 months in a row, because mine always goes like up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down. It's just the way it goes. Because I've peaked in RTS for a long time. It'd be really hard for me to get more viewers based on the player base. Whereas there's always so many more players going into Raid Shadow Legends that guy just gets fed viewers all the time. It's crazy. Oh, I like that. That would be cool. Could press auto and turn that off. That would be another added way to attack. So be able to press auto, then just the basic attack, and then press it again. Yeah, exactly. So you can just basically how ×3 and stuff works. So I could, like, as easy as I'm doing ×1, 2, 3. I could just go on, off for the basic attacks and rushes while it's on auto. Just to make walker stages be a bit more straightforward, like quicker, like especially on SR, because they all do the rushes that don't do any damage a lot of the time. Like he did a rush that only doesn't do much damage, and then like if you have Sawyer, I have like Sawyer, who else? Sawyer, Ezekiel, and I'm gonna call him the wrong name, aren't I? I'm going to call him the wrong name. Cliff. Sawyer, Ezekiel, and Cliff in the same team. Their rushes and signature moves don't do any damage. So it's just like waving their arms around in the sky. If I press that button, they'd just be doing basic attacks. But that's been asked for so long. That would require them to actually like change how the game works to a certain extent. But these quality of life things need to happen in RTS. Like I would say this thing here, guys, this button here, the 3 times button, made one of the biggest impacts in the game, and it's so minor. But before this was here, some of you might not have even played, but before this was here, it was always ×1. I played ×1 on stream because I chat to you guys. But imagine having to farm, and remember you couldn't auto complete stages either with the tokens. So imagine me having to farm 7-1 hundreds of times, like a week, maybe more. I don't know, like thousands of times a month, to get the shirts and stuff to get 2-star trainers. It was crazy the amount you had to do. Then they added ×3, and it really helped. It really did help. It really did help. But I do ×1 on streams just because obviously I blitz through things way too quick, and I do want to just chat. What's up, Michael? Welcome to the stream. That would make it interesting even to add a sick tune to the line. Alright, 6 characters. We kind of get that in roadmaps and stuff. I think it might change too much in how war and all that works. Who won last World Champions? No, Walkers didn't. EO did, I think. I think they're called EO. He was marketing strategist before making content, so he knows how. I mean, he knows about marketing, but that doesn't necessarily know how the algorithm stuff works on YouTube. The algorithm is very interesting on YouTube. Like, it's very hard to get picked up, your videos to get picked up by it and like sailed along. But when they do, you're getting video like views for free. It's crazy. I've had a couple of videos have it happen. Like one of my videos has 40k views, and it was the one for legendary training. And when it first got released, it went crazy. Apparently, YouTube decided this was a good video that people wanted to watch, and it promoted it to a lot of people. And it was just legendary training, you know, training grounds. It took me a long time to save up those tokens, but I think it was because I was the only person who ever done it. So I had a high click rate, and I've done it twice as well. I think I've even done it 3 times. I did it once in the Mythic era. I've actually got a whole camp ready to go, guys. I'm going to be honest. I've got a whole camp ready to go. Here we go. Just in case they ever update it, I've got a camp ready to go on that right-hand side. Like if I go in here, it has got 99 Advanced Strong Mythic course. So if I open this, when it gets updated, it actually gives me the new updated characters. It isn't cooked in with the current ones. I learnt that with when I did my pools the second time around, because they made a change like a month before I did my pools, and it had all new characters. So if they were to update this and put like new characters in here, I would have 99 pools on this and maybe get something decent. But the chances they'll update this is small. But I'm just taking the risk. It's only one training grounds, and I don't even use all 4 at the moment. Of the other ones I've got, I only used 2 of them, I think. Yeah. Risk rewards as a content creator. Hard games. No reflect now, right? Good. Good. Oh, a New Beginning still in it. This was my last faction. I think they became Eternal Origins. I can't remember. I know like quite a few, like the biggest whales in like 2 or 3 factions combined together to make Eternal Origins. I'm 90% sure like they were just determined to try and beat walkers. What do I think about Carl and Andrea explosive combination? I think the combo's nice. It'll be a nice little boost. But I think Carl just by himself will be pretty good. He doesn't need Andrea. He does need some control. If his passive lands in the right place, he's going to be able to do crazy damage on that Sig though. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, which character would you be? What character that actually exists already? I mean, I wouldn't want to be them, but if you mean like be like them, because some of these characters are unfortunately done and dusted. they didn't survive too long. But I would kind of want to be like maybe a mixture of like Tyrese, who was just like the hammer god, like just couldn't be touched, just like just smashing every walker with a hammer, and maybe like Andrea, like with a sniper rifle. That'd be really cool. I think what I'd do is kind of like what Morgan did in the TV show, though. I would like try and section off a town, and I would take out walkers, and then I'd probably go around setting up walker traps where I'd like set up a pit with like a noise thing where it would pull them in, and then they would get pulled in, and I'd just go around with a spear and stab them all in the head, you know? That's what I would like. My day-to-day would just be like, how many of these things can I get rid of? I don't think there would be much else to live for. I know that there'd be like millions and millions of them, but if I could get rid of like 1,000, could make a reasonable dent. Hopefully I'd know how that herds existed, and I'd try and figure out how to deal with herds maybe as well. I don't know. How's your day going so far? I can't complain too much. I can't complain too much. Had something to eat. Had a PC meeting. Chat with my brother a little bit. I woke up a little late. I did sleep today. I've been needing to sleep for a while. Like, have a good night's sleep. Why did I only do 12k damage? How did he only do 12k? Odd. I definitely be a walker. You want to just be a zombie in the zombie apocalypse. Isn't there there is a movie from the zombies' perspective. It's actually kind of hilarious. Mine's been all good. I've been busy with raids and story all day. Been raiding. I don't raid unless there's a raid tournament, man. That's me. I never raid unless there's a raid tournament. I did when I first started playing the game. It was good for like resources, but now, no. If they gave like a chance to get a drop, I might do it. But I mean, I think they should add rare drops to every area of the game. World energy, like rare drop. Raid rare drop. Just so that like it's worth trying to get a rare drop, you know? I was thinking Andrea's better to control. No, she definitely is. She's really good control. She's got a lot of control. Like, if you really wanted to go all out, I think she has the potential to control all 5 on turn 1. With Laura, which could be really good against certain teams. Confused isn't the best control, but it's still decent. I'd say I say confused is probably what. It's confused what like the second or third best, kind of like in line with taunt, right? They're kind of the same because they've got the same counter. Probably like third best. Taunt's probably second best, I think. Out of the main controls. If we include Daze though, I don't know. Maybe Daze is second best. Yeah, probably. What do you guys think? Should I do a tier list on debilitating status effects? Oh goodness. Which one's best? And why? And why did it... Man, he hits really low. What's his damage? How's he hitting so low? He's got crazy low damage. 21k. He hit for 17k there. Okay, I hit a headshot. That's not good. Let me see. I don't know how he hit for so low. That Monday raid to get promotion needs to go. Yeah, if you're really intent on getting promoted in leagues, yeah, it's rough. I mean, I did try to get Diamond 5 one time. And what I found was, as I went up the leagues, I was in Diamond 4. It would come to the arenas, and there would be people doing like, I don't know, 50, 60 attacks on the arenas to get, am I gonna die here? No. To get, like a top spot in the arenas. So they'd just be buying tickets to get the, so they're still spending to get rank in leagues to get the mod. Although I have heard recently is a more of an ego thing a lot of the time, but I can feel that. But after not getting it the time I went for it, I was just like, I mean, it was a lot of work, and I actually lost out on huge amounts of coins because I couldn't farm coins like I used to. Nowadays there's no need to farm coins, so it might be worth it a bit more. But I used to farm coins in arenas and leagues a lot, so I used to get like thousands of coins a month, like so many coins a month because of the farming. I used to farm arenas on 2 regions and then do leagues, obviously placement in 1. I used to try and be in Diamond 1 the entire season. That was my aim. And it was actually pretty hard to be there because some people try and a lot of people just want to stick in Diamond 1 and not get relegated. We nearly finished this now. We nearly finished this. And this is 150 stages. This takes about an hour and a half, I think, to do, maybe. If you just straight sit here and do it. Obviously the autofill is slow. But I think that the other one is going to be... Nightmare is going to be obviously a bit slower to do, but maybe a bit quicker to win. That makes sense. I've not noticed how to get these 2 new characters, but I think will be nice to get the Andrea. Andrea is in the event. I made a video about her, which you can check out on my channel. Like, you can check out her, but you can also check out the event. It's the Mother's Day event on my channel. And then Carl is an ultra token wheel character. Okay, we're going to wait for Natural a little bit here. I don't think there's much else to do. I think I've got my fast roadmap. Yeah, not much else to do, to be honest. Got me issues to do. This is the only downside of not having a conquest able to be done every day. Would they reduce the amount of stages in the Nightmare SR? No. The stages is 35 stages per milestone. And there's 5 milestones in an SR, so it's 175 stages total for a Nightmare SR. Whereas a normal SR, it's 25 stages per milestone, so it's 125 stages total. So it's 50 more stages than a normal SR, and it's harder. Yeah. The Nightmare part of it, I don't think is going to be a joke. I think it's genuinely going to be a nightmare. But you do get a Paragon mod for your troubles, and that isn't the, you know, there's no, you don't have to wait until the end of the event to get that. You'll just get that from completing the milestone, which is kind of cool. Somebody did 2 million in SR in my league. Yeah. That's another one, right? They want to win leagues, SR positioning. So they'll just buy cans to do that. I haven't even looked at SR tournament league positions. But if you come first, you get a bunch. 45k is a lot. You know? It's like 700k there. But yeah. I generally just do it and can it just because I want to get it done quickly. Once I've completed it, I don't really I don't use my natural energy that much. I spend my time doing content a lot of the time. A lot of this stuff can distract. Distractions. What is that weapon? Oh, it's his gun. Governor's gun. Okay, this attack team, guys. New meta. Hit auto on SR and you get the new meta attack team for your next war teams. Ready? If I was going to use only strong, fast, and tough characters, the new meta attack team is... Oh, you saw it here first, guys. Saw it here first. Quick, take a screenshot. Don't tell anybody, but this is winning the next War of Champions. The main attack team. Oh goodness. Goodness. And I think the weapons they've got are going to be dumb. Okay, defense HP, attack, defense HP, and defense HP. So it autoed the faction assault weapon in their hands. So like it took defense characters and then it gave some of them attack weapons. Now I know it's like it doesn't know what characters are what realistically. It's just going for the highest rated characters in your roster. But yeah. And I actually think the way it's done, this is how I think it's done. So let's try and work out why it's done here. But I'm 90% sure it's this way. Let's remove everyone from my team right here. Okay. So it's only going to select tough, and I think that what it's going to do is it's going to make her the leader, and then it's going to use only characters that work with her, and that is... Basically, it should potentially be these ones. This is potentially the team that it's about to pick. Right? Now you might think, oh, that's obvious because it's just the first 5, but I'm pretty sure this is the team it's going to pick. However, it might not choose him because he's a leader. So it might go like that. Okay? So if I just remove them, I'm pretty sure it's going to use her. Let's see what it does. No. Okay, there's literally no sense to it. It's decided it's going to pick Rick, who is not as high up on the left-hand side. Maybe that's the best rated team I could get. Does it show a rating anywhere? Because you know every team has a rating, right? It didn't. I did swap out all their weapons. You know how every team has a rating? Let me just go into my attack team. So you see what I'm talking about. So here's my attack team. And then underneath it, you can see, underneath the picture of Laura, it says 12,943. and that'll be slightly lower than it could be because Laura's not LB3 for me. So if I got into LB3 and then maxed her out, I think everyone else here is 1440. She's not even like leveled up that much because she just doesn't need to be. But that rating, I think that's what SR does. It creates the best rated team, the team grade that it can possibly with the weapons and characters available, and that's what it puts as your main team. So like for instance, let's just find a dead slot. If I was to autofill here, it would make my best team, which probably would be a defense team because defense teams just have the best rating. So if I just did autofill here, it thinks this is my best team just purely based on the weapons and the characters and the fact that they're all maxed. They probably all got their passives maxed. So the rating of this team isn't even that high. It's 12,700. I don't know then. I was assuming that was it. Is it just... I don't even know what the basis of this even is. Like for this, it's just the first 5 characters in the list. So... But that's what I thought it would be when it happened before. I don't think they can fix autofill. I think autofill is just kind of messed. But if they gave us like a view teams thing where you got, I think it was 12 that I worked out once upon a time. We need 12 teams, one for each trait. So like, obviously so you can just put just that trait on that team, and then one for each combo of each trait. And I think that's enough. Try to win in raids in that team. Bro. There was once upon a time I did, right? You could go back and check like a proper old stream. I did win a raid against S-class characters with 5-star characters. And it was extremely difficult. It was extremely difficult because I needed like particular characters. I needed like absolute defense to proc at the right times. You know, it was almost impossible, but I managed to do it. Like I needed crazy control, and there were some 5-star characters that like stunned for 3 turns, so, and it actually like I could chain stun with them, so that once it ended, I could just stun again. I don't think that's possible in the Mythic era. I think that is actually not possible. The stats are too high. The stats are just too high. I don't think there's anyone who's like crazy heavy control back then that could stun either. Yeah, it's just too much. Hey, what's up, Moon? Welcome to the stream, man. Oh, we're nearly finished. See, like characters like this would have been great. But I think it was just like absolute defense weapons. I might have cheesed it with like 5-star versions of like Zachary or like, not Zachary, Trader. Wasn't there Minerva as well? Minerva was godlike at 5-star, to be fair. To be fair. In case y'all didn't know, Locke is a friggin' hero. Well then. Well then. I actually made a video, I think, on Minerva. I think it's like one of my top 20 viewed videos. Like, free to play, build this attack team now or something like that. It was like two 5-star Minervas, and I was beating S-class teams. Or something like that, I can't remember exactly. I think it was S-class teams, because I think I had Pete in the team. Hey, what's up, Daylight? I'm here from the Void, welcome. Welcome in to the land of tomorrow. Did that sound good? To the land of tomorrow. Okay, I've finished the drink now. Maybe it sounds better. Hello. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? No, Luke. I am your father. Oh my god, that's actually half decent. Oh goodness. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was half decent. It sounded decent to me. Oh goodness. I need a clip of that daylight. Just saying. Good. And then I don't even take Bro, all I did was speak into an empty like can of Pepsi. It was good, man. I think that was pretty good. Ah, goodness. Do you need a Snickers? Because you're not you when you're hungry. Ah, goodness. What's the American version of that ad? I can't remember who they do in the UK. I think they do like a rugby player. I can't remember exactly. Oh goodness. That was fun, guys. A little bit of randomness, you know, a little bit of randomness. Wait, who's doing crosshairs here? Wait a sec. Who applied huge amounts of crosshairs? Wasn't there 3 people who just got crosshaired? Oh, was that his rush? Okay, so it's not that crazy. If it was a SIG and it was 3. Crosshairs is kind of nice. It is kind of nice. It changes every time. But does it ever use like a celebrity and then like afterwards it uses just some normal random person once they've eaten their Snickers, basically? Or like a character. I think they've used a TV show character in a UK one, like known for being angry, and it just switches to some random. I think they've used a rugby player and it just switches to some like random person afterwards. It reminds me of the old Tango adverts, just not as extreme, you know. Was it Tango? Man, I had to ban those adverts in the UK because kids copied them. And basically what people... The You've Been Tangoed adverts, you could probably check it out on YouTube. Basically you'd like go around and just slap someone in the face or something like that. And just be like, yeah, you've been tangoed. I remember when that actually used to happen. Just see people like a grown man get slapped in the face by like a teenage kid in the middle of a street who he didn't know, and just they'd shout, "You've been tangoed." It was like the new Knockdown Ginger thing. Didn't they use that one, John? Probably they could have used him in one. Shaq was in one. Okay, that's cool. I might have to check out like a compilation because it is actually pretty funny, those ones. We're nearly done. Nearly complete. Now I know SR's 2 days, but I just like to get it done and dusted, guys. I generally forget about this stuff, I'm gonna be honest. So I like to have Fridays a little bit free, although I've got a meeting tomorrow, but I like to have Fridays a little bit free. Boom. I need to do faction assault as well. Oh yeah. I think we're done though. One more stage. Should we put in a proper team and see how it goes? Like, this is what we're gonna have to be doing in about a month's time, or like 3.5 weeks time. We have to be going through our team and going, oh, which is a good team to beat walkers at high level? Which ones do multi-hits? Oh, this is looking pretty good. Just a little bit of a safety net, just in case they've got the really crazy walkers. You know, I don't know exactly what's on this stage. Oh, I better get those crit weapons out. You know how it goes, guys. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. Yeah. Probably better to just put 1535s everywhere, actually. 1535. It's not about the damage, it's about the crits. Let's see, it should be crits for days. Now, I think the HP that these walkers are going to have is going to be like in the region of like 200k. So headshots are going to be really important. Guardian shields, just to get me out of a spot. Yeah. SRs, yeah. This is... Did you see the info that there's going to be a nightmare one coming, Daylight? Good night, Cole. Thanks for tuning in, man. Nightmare might be fun, it's shorter. Yeah, about that. About that. It's actually going to be longer. It's going to go from 125 total stages to 175 by the sounds of things. Well then, yeah. I know, don't get me wrong, I am actually kind of looking forward to it at a certain extent. Kind of. But I think if it was every single SR, I'd hate it. But if it was once a month, I think it would be good. Or once every so often, you know, like 2 to 3 months minimum. I think it would be decent. Now, if they fixed quality of life... Wait, I just completed it. Why is it like not done the da-da-da? Did it not? Did it do that? Has it already been like, yeah, bruv, you finished it? I mean, okay, I'll take your word for it. Be interesting but long. Yeah, your can situation might be important. The stages might be difficult, so you might have to rerun stages. You might have to cheese some stages, you know, throw in some... I know you can't really cheese. The only way you can cheese is like throw in some silvers with reflect mods and then... Hopefully they do damage themselves or kill themselves, and then go in with another wave afterwards. If it gets really crazy hard, main characters might become more important as well. Commands, Laura combo with anyone would be very important. Just so you can rush turn 1 and just blitz. Heng Yen. I mean, there definitely could be some cool setups. It'll be interesting to see if they use the same old SR like builds, you know, the characters that they use on human stages, or if they actually bring in like conquest like quality teams. If they do conquest quality ones, then I think they would have had to have done quite a hefty bit of development on that. Okay, we've got 2 more stages to do. Pew 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 pew. It's RTS. Yeah, I don't think we can use anything below Mythics in Savile Road. It's effectively like Mythics Savile Road anyway. But look how effective it is when I use actual proper characters versus tanks. So it is nicer when I build my team, but otherwise, I just hope maybe like 2 or 3 stages in a row uses the same team or something like that. Raven shotgun headshotting people. Gruesome. Okay, I think I have to redo my FA today, so I get to test out my my team again, which is kind of nice. We'll see if I have to do it again. Ooh, look at that! I think that's the best I've ever got. That's all crates open though, that's all 10. But I think that's the best I've ever got. 4,700. Let's take a screenshot of that. I think I have to redo the stages though. I have to redo some of them for sure. I will redo this one because it's quite easy. I liked when Nightmare would drop SR to 15 stages, was it, for each tier? I liked it when they did the reduction. There was one they did by accident, which was like 8 per tier. It was amazing. Now, I know you could just basically can the entire thing, but that actually felt kind of nice, to be honest. That felt kind of nice. It was more about just the time, because then time spent on SR was just repeating the same stage over and over and over again, and not having to worry about like making my teams. I think Nightmare SR, I would prefer it with less stages and each stage costs 2 energy. Personally. That's my personal opinion. We'll blitz through this one as well. We'll not auto this part because I want her to actually rush him. She didn't get the burn off though. The best SR I ever remember in terms of rewards was like, we actually got like a 5-star Havi from completing it. It was quite nice. There's that burn. Multiply it. Multiplayer. I'd get rid of the restrictions for Nightmare, to be truthful. Restrictions? Oh, you mean like using the same team over and over again? Don't know about that part. I think it's fine as long as we can use the same team for like 3 or 4 stages in a row. If it's designed where I can use it, like it can ask me for like alert and fast for 5 stages, then strong and alert for 5 stages, then tough and strong for 5 stages. If it changes it every other stage and I'm having to build my team every time, it's just like, ugh, come on, man. That's the bit I hate. It's just time consuming. And because there's no pre-built teams, I have to build it by hand every time and put in the weapons and everything. Like I say, it's just like, yeah. We need Mythic, Javi and Kate. I'm sure we'll get them at some point. Hopefully we get Season 2 ones first, you know. I prefer them to just do them seasons at a time. Okay, now I'm going to do this team. I can skip this one, but I actually want to just do it. Okay, what did I do last time? I decapped him. And then I rushed the other dude. I think I rushed the other dude. I think that's the way I do it. I have to lay down some bleeds. Yeah, and then I just double it. And then I think, I could be wrong, it's auto. Because now she can't remove enough Guardian shields. And I should always extend and double, but the double is just slow. But the extend is good. Look at her defense. Was it 1,200% defense? Let's be honest though, Season 2 wasn't great as far as characters go. Except for maybe Luke and Carver. I mean, it was the last time Kenny was in the show. Or game, should I say. It was the last time... Well, it's one of the times Clem was in the show, or a game, sorry. So it's just Clem and Kenny for sure. It was the last time Krista was in the game. Omid wasn't there for very long, but I don't know, I don't mind Season 2. I didn't mind a couple of the characters. Like Luke was okay. He never got an RTS character. I like Jane personally as a character. As much as she like she taught Clementine how to do something, right? It was kind of cool. But Kenny doesn't count and neither does Clem. Why not? Like we can't, literally, that's the last possible chance to get another Kenny. We're never going to get another Kenny. Clementine, sure, we can get more Clementines, but we're not going to get more Kennys. It's Clem's story. I mean, the 3rd episode wasn't Clem's story. Good night, Valiant. No worries, mate. If you get some spare Ultra tokens, luck, I love them. Yeah, this team's looking reasonably solid. I think I have to auto to just hit the double more often because it's only at 1.8 million right now. And Kenny is so to me. So what? Okay, so I want to do 3 here. And all the ones over here. So we'll do this one first. Kenny is Season 1 to you? I mean, he was in like 2 or 3 episodes of Season 2. Maybe 4. He might have been in 4 episodes. I think he came into in the 2nd episode. He's in a lot of episodes, man. That must have been like, if I didn't know Kenny was in season 2, like playing that game, if I would have played it when it first came out, you know, live and everything, and Kenny was just there, I would have been losing my shit, bro. I would have been losing it. Because I thought it would, I would have thought it would be dead at that point, right? That must have been a really cool one. Like, it was kind of obvious it was him, though. We could tell it was him, but like, before we really saw it was him, because we could hear his voice. And then when Clementine was climbing down from the like lookout tower, you could kind of see his silhouette in the background. So it was like, we kind of knew it was him. But yeah, that'd have been just so cool. But I already knew. I had spoilers from RTS. I had spoilers from RTS. Oh, I've got to do this. Right, we've got 5 attacks to take this one dude out. 5 attacks. Unbelievable. Okay, let's hopefully get an impairing or something. AP down. Don't think we managed to get anything. Maybe an AP down. Huh, nope. I don't think we would have extended any of that. Sometimes you can just get so RNG'd on this boss. I beat it in like 45 seconds before. But yeah. Okay, was that 2? That's 2. Okay, this one will just hit auto on after the first initial hits. Do. What's up, Black Nemesis? Thanks again for hitting the join button on my other stream. I do appreciate that again. I heard the sound and I was like, huh. And I saw the chat. I generally don't look at my chat in those like previews of events and stuff. Okay, we're done. We can flee, but we'll leave it. Did you know he's also 1 SR in less than 1 hour? I mean, I didn't win it in less than an hour. I sniped it right at the end fairly recently. It was the most exciting thing that's happened in my RTS gameplay for a while. Sniping an SR. Well, it wasn't really sniping. I was like in a battle with someone and I sniped it right at the end. That was during the Molly event, so it was like a year ago. But that was from the tokens to do her stash pulls. I think the only tournament I haven't won now is... I think I haven't won a solo raid. I think that's literally the only thing I haven't won. I've won every other tournament, solo and faction. Including like Hordes. I've won a Hordes tournament. I've won Onslaught. I've won a CRW. I've won an all-out war. I've won a Blitz. I've won solo and faction level ups. I've won solo and faction SRs. I've won faction raids. I don't think I've won a solo raid tournament. Does that mean I have to go in on one? Is that a rule? So do I have to go in on one now? Complete the set. I don't think I've ever... I think I've come top 5, but I don't think I've come first. I've won arenas, I've won champions arenas, so I think it legitimately is the only thing that I haven't won. Did anyone congratulate you for your recent win? I haven't won anything recently. Have I? I don't think I have. No, that's not a rule. Otherwise, I mean, don't you want to complete the set? It's like a set of steak knives, but you're missing a knife, bruv. That's how it feels right now for me. You're lucky though. SR is one of the easier ones to win because you can just use the tokens to blitz it if you really wanted to. Like you could show a real show of force in and win the well, it's not solo. I actually dislike. I'll straight up say that I dislike that the Nightmare SR is faction. I dislike that. I think it should be solo, but kind of whatever. Kind of whatever. Oh no, she's gonna die. Molly's sick will bring her back. Or the last thing you won. I think the last thing I won in RTS was... Did we win a war? I think the last thing I won was a war. I can't remember. Yeah, I think the last thing I won was a war. You have to complete the RTS version of the EGOT. What's the EGOT? But I hate ESSA. Okay, let's see how. Like, I want to see basic attacks doing this. I want to see basic attacks doing this. Okay, I'm cheesing a little bit. The guy's already dead. I mean, that's actually not good. They're gonna get revived, right? I need to save my ghost for when they get revived. Okay, so now we'll just do basic attacks. I didn't get any guardian shields. Oh, the guardian shields are just come at the beginning of every turn. Alright. Maybe I need to do a rush or something. I don't know whose rushes I need to do. Do I need to do these 2 rushes? I think so. Or the last 3 rushes are the ones I need to do. Yeah, you won a CRW recently. Easy group. I was thinking about my other faction I was in as well. We won wars in that one. So I've won a few wars then. Okay, the revives are going to come in. Hopefully they're not going to hit me too hard. And now I should be able to wreck them. Saying that. This has become extremely awkward. Did she cleanse her bleed? She could, you know, if I'm not careful. She could cleanse her bleed. Okay. The issue is the other guy's got bonus HP now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to rush through that. Do you think I'll be able to rush through that? I mean, we can test it. Okay, decapped. So now it should be reasonably easy. '66s won CRW twice. Yeah, we won one when it was a walk weekend, right? If I remember correctly. And everyone else went to watch it. That was one. I'm gonna defend. Oh, am I? Oh, I don't wanna kill her with these. I won't. Good. 13 million. 13 million. Oh damn. Wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. Oofed. And why did he survive that? I did not expect him to survive that. Is he healing every turn? Come on, lag. No, he's not good. Cool, 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 cool. One sec. I'll read your comments in a sec, guys. I just want to make sure I get this, because it's just gonna be like set for a couple of days once I get this. No revives for you. I need to mod these characters so they got bleed mods. I don't think they do. Nah, just so I can stack some bleed somehow. At the moment I'm just doubling and extending every time. $2 million, 4 million, 8 million, 16 million. Okay. She actually had a chance to cleanse it there. She didn't take the chance, did not take the opportunity. Is it still ongoing? What the hell? Oh, they can get revived now. Okay. Okay. Even though I decap them, they can get revived suddenly. What does this rush do? Attack an enemy. Doesn't do any bleed. So I should do his sig for bleed. Bleed. Sig. I've got up to 12 mil bleed on one of the bosses. Nice. It's difficult because it's difficult to get the bleed up high enough before they die. Honestly. It's difficult. I don't seem to be doing much when it comes to adding bleed and burn. Actually funny. Oof, we took damage. Okay, we got rid of one of them. SQ. She be resisting. Have I? Oh yes, because I'm not doubling it anymore. I'm just adding bleed. Not so sure then. Let's just do basic attacks. Probably the easiest way. So at least I'd get to double it. I just need to mod these characters to actually have bleed mods. What's up, Trooper? Welcome to the stream. So I'll catch up with the comments in a second. Screenshot, it didn't happen, Moon. You sent me the SS. I don't remember this. He's lying, guys. False. Okay, we've done those 5. I'm actually really happy with the amount of points I got on the last time. $5K nearly on the claim. It's kind of nuts. Let's see. I'm up to 56K now. It's nice. And I'm very safe for a new weapon, so I'm going to hold off on buying the avatar for a while and just see what they add. If they add a weapon or a character, the character I'm not so set on, however. 14K off of 2 versions if they add one. Honestly, I think the weapon on it could potentially make the bigger difference. This weapon was so good. So good. Screenshots in general. If it's a screenshot of 0 damage, I mean, does that prove it was 10 billion though? Just saying, you know, just saying. Was it a visual glitch or did it actually just do no damage? That would be kind of hilarious. That would be actually kind of hilarious. It did no damage. Fun times, mate. Yeah, it would have to be someone tenacity. A bit anyway. What else is there? Talent. But it wouldn't take too many times. I don't know, maybe like 30 or 40. I assume, because you just double it every time. So after like 3 turns, it isn't even a billion anymore, pretty much. Because it goes what, 10 to 5, 5 to 2.5, 2.5 to 1.25, and then 1.25 down to 600. So already, like in 4 turns, we've gone from 10 billion down to hundreds of millions. Any of you guys pulling for Carl? Can I expect to see Carl screenshots in my Discord of ×5s, making me jealous? With his increased ×5 rates by whatever it is, 0.2% or something. I'm going after Andrea, the tokens, then if I can... Using tokens on Sophia before I miss it any chance. Ah, right, I see what you're saying. You still need to do Sophia pulls. I mean, the issue is, the Sophia wheel's not up for much longer, right? It should only be up for like another week. What grade is your Sophia Daylight? Also, I've been watching the, you know how you can sometimes go down a rabbit hole in YouTube, right, and just find a crazy types of videos? I've randomly been watching these videos, right? Oh, I wouldn't pull for her then. Just don't pull for her. Save your tokens. You want to get... I mean... who are your attack team ultra characters? Which ones have you got for your attack team ultra characters? Anyway, this rabbit hole I've been going down, right? Like, everyone does it on YouTube, it's how it works. But my one is, I've been watching animals get chiropractic adjustments. And it's hilarious seeing a dog get a spinal adjustment on his neck, which you can see really actually makes a difference because he's like hobbling around before. Like, a dog can't fake this stuff, so he's hobbling around before and he gets a spinal adjustment on his neck. It cracks and the dog's eyes just, he like stops panting because he's like, and then a crack happens and he just stops and he's just like, and his eyes go massive like, what just happened? And then the person who does it like just rubs his head and goes, good boy, good boy. And a couple of them are German, but like it's like good boy, good boy. And then the dog like starts panting again to realise everything's okay. And then you see him walk afterwards and he's just walking normally. That's so amazing to see. That's so amazing. But yeah, dog chiropractic adjustment. So good. I got lucky on Sheila and pulled a ×5. Hey, congrats, Logan. And what's up? I didn't see you say hello above. I do apologise, Logan. I was kind of in it. I was kind of in this. 66 won a CRW twice. First was what weekend when we came 62nd out of 60. Was it 62nd? Was it 60 that qualified? Okay. I forget who is Ultra. Shane and Sophia are pretty much the only Ultra attack team characters. So which one of those have you got LB3? You haven't got Sophia, so you've got LB3 Shane then, yeah? Because I know you haven't, Daylight. I know you don't. Or Crag. Crag's also an Ultra. So have you got LB3 Crag, Shane, or Sophia? Maybe Ezekiel as well, I guess, is a support character, but these characters and attack team Ultras, as a free-to-play, you should have one attack team Ultra right now. And if you don't, you've been pulling wrong. Pulling wrong. You should also have probably like 3 attack team advanced characters. So you should have like Laura, Agent 46 or Raven, plus 1 more, or you should have a bunch of tokens on you right now. Rosita. Yeah, Rosita's... yeah. I mean, she is, but I think she's probably the worst pick out of them for a free-to-play. She kind of needs like a proper team around her. Although she could pretty good with this Raulito team, because she's a holiday hero. Man, actually, holiday heroes could have a pretty decent team now. There are 3 Ultra premiers from holiday heroes: Rosita, Sophia, and Carl. Like, just in pure power, Ultra are generally going to have more power. Sounds like the crack would sound painful. No, it was just loud, and obviously they probably felt it within their own body. When you feel something within your own body, it feels really weird, you know? It's kind of like when you hear your own voice when you speak versus when you hear your own voice from a recorded device. They sound completely different, and it's because of effectively like the vibrations and echo within your own body that you're hearing. I can't remember, there's like some sort of thing, your brain blocks out something to do with noise when you talk, and it could partially be the fact that I can't remember what it is. There's something that it blocks out. Oh no, sorry, that's with vision. Your brain blocks out your nose. Like, you can't see your nose when you look ahead of you, unless you like think about it, and then you'll see your nose. That's the one. Maybe it does it with hearing too, but I'm not actually sure, to be honest. I think I'm done, actually. I've done everything, guys. There wasn't much to do, but I did some stuff. I did SR. Another 24 hours to do that, but it is what it is. Level up's finishing in an hour. Get your milestones done. Get some extra advanced tokens. Go, go, go. But that's pretty much it for this stream, guys. I will be streaming next Monday. I probably will stream Onslaught at the weekend. I'm not really sure, because it's going to be quite a slow event. I'll see how it goes. I might stream it for a couple of hours, but I think a couple of hours just means, like, honestly, I think that means only like 12 attacks or something, or like 16 attacks in 2 hours, because of the queue times and how much energy I get and stuff like that. So it might just be a relaxed stream, but I'll try and get some guides out on a couple of characters over the next few days. I have been meaning to get some guides out for a little while, but relaxing on it a little bit. I think I've got 3 guides in planned, and then obviously now Andrea's on the way as well. There's another guide potentially needed, so yeah. But that's it going to be for this video, like I say, this stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for the likes on the stream. I do appreciate it. And hopefully see you in one of my future streams, guys. If you haven't already, please go check out my Andrea and Carl videos, just showing you how these characters function. They are on my channel. They are being released in a few hours. Just get a good idea of, you know, if they're worth going for in your mind. But that's the end of my stream, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving. Goodbye, goodbye, guys. Goodbye, goodbye.